They weren't very soluble. So we went back to the drawing board, and it's hard to correct a 2.1 because those reviews are still there. But now I think we've pulled it up over the last several years. We've pulled it up, and the arithmetic is hard to do that. But now it's a customer pick. I think it's 4.3 stars, which is amazing to accomplish. But so what I do is I try to make a perfect product for you. Sometimes I don't always succeed at the start, and what we simply do is we go back to the drawing board and we correct that product and we make it, because as a manufacturer, I make products for me as a consumer, unlike most manufacturers, because I'm the first consumer of everything I make, certainly this product, Ultimate Eye. But the most important thing to me is that I make a product that pleases you, and with a product like this, that pleases your doctor. And I bet if I looked at the reviews online, there's probably over 1,000 reviews on this product.
1,900.
1,900 reviews. I bet 400 or 500 of them mention that this product was reviewed or appreciated by an ophthalmologist, an optometrist, an optician. And again, the reason why, if they pay attention to the science, that was the blueprint for this product, the levels of lutein and zeaxanthin. We're probably among the first companies in the world to offer lutein and zeaxanthin. I talked about it on air before the material was even available because I wanted to be able to put it in a product, but it wasn't available if you go back a few decades. So we've been doing lutein for at least, I'd say, 20 plus years, zeaxanthin for probably about 15 years, long before anyone else. You could still find eye products without lutein and zeaxanthin, which I find mind-boggling. But again, if you want a product that both enhances your vision today and also protects your vision with the ingredients that your body uses to protect the fragile structures of your eyes long term, then this is the only way to go.
Here we go. And take advantage of that special monthly savings. Already over 7,000 of these have been ordered for the month, which again, they're over half gone for the month already. But it's a really exciting day because if you do love this product and you need to restock it, it won't be a Today Special for the rest of the year. So this is the best value you will see until next year. So it's a perfect time for you to try it or stock up. If you have a minute, go read those reviews. People notice the difference in things like night blindness. They notice the difference in the way their eyes feel. They notice a difference on their eye exams when they go to their eye doctor. So it's something that you will definitely, literally see a difference when you start taking this product. And the fact of the matter is these are all those pure natural ingredients. One of the things I think most of us love about discovering Andrew's line of products and learning about them is that these are natural ways we're helping ourselves. These are natural alternatives to taking drugs or medicines. And hey, we all love our doctors, and when we need to take those, we do. But the truth is, it's so nice to be able to do something super healthy for your eyes, for your eyesight, and in a way that is something that's completely natural. So you don't have to worry about, any side effects. And I think that's one of the things that I love most. I'm the girl that doesn't even like to take aspirin. I don't take anything. I mean, I just really rely on my vitamins. But my point to my bottom line is, this is a way for you to do something really, really good and healthy for your eyes that's going to offer you a huge difference when you start taking it and you notice the way your eyes feel.
I'm just going to read some reviews.
Okay.
I'll just grab some charts quickly before we run along.
Okay.
And there, again, I applaud everyone who writes these reviews because they're incredibly well written. We do not edit them. So this says, Andrew equals quality. I'm one of those people that need to see it to believe it. I'm the same.
It's okay.
I've been having eye issues for the last 3 years. My vision has been blurry and having sensitivity issues, etc. I saw an ophthalmologist and he said I have 20/18 vision and that I was probably experiencing dry eyes and gave me some drops. And by the way, these are great for dry eyes as well. That did not solve my issue. I was completely frustrated and everyone said it's old age and the fact that I'm on a computer all day. It was hard to see the font and the glare was bothering me as well. I bought this product just to support eye function since old age is creeping in on all of us. I had no idea that I would feel like my vision was being restored. I can see so much better and my depth perception appears to be much better as well. This is one product that will be a staple in my house. Ultimate surprise. My husband has retinal issues and we were using another brand of eye vitamins. We hear that often. Recommended by our doctor. We switched him to the Ultimate Eye Support to see if there was a difference. Our daughter recommended them to us as she has seen a difference in her eye health since she switched to the vitamins. After a couple of months of being on the vitamins, he has noticed that his eyes are not getting worse and he seems to be seeing a little clearer. were sold. Really works. I absolutely love this supplement. I hated driving at night as my eyes bothered me so badly from the strain of night lights, and I just couldn't see clearly at all. After taking this for just 3 days, I got home and realized my eyes didn't bother me, and the oncoming traffic lights didn't bother me. Now driving at night is no longer intimidating and frightening. They feel wonderful. I do not ever intend to be without these supplements. We'll do one more.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh,
These are great
again,
reviews.
probably I'd say 100, 200 reviews that talk about night vision. I am currently using this product, and when I drive at night, the headlights from other cars don't bother my eyes anymore. I can stand the light from other cars at night now. At first, I had to wear sunglasses at night to block the light from other cars. So it makes you safer at night. I love this product. My eyes are a little sharper when I watch my television set. I really like this product. Now I don't mind driving at night. From Regina in Ohio.
Excellent. Thank you, Regina. We could read so many more just like those, but we are going to continue right along here. We have a lot more to share with you. Thank you for your patience. I apologize. We just have a very busy show underway here, and we have a lot of people waiting to speak with one of our representatives. They are working fast, and they will be with you shortly. If you can use express ordering or head to hsn.com to place your orders, there will be no wait whatsoever, and you won't miss out on any of the savings. So that, my friends, is the Ultimate Eye Support. That is a September monthly special. Now, you heard Andrew talking about the fact that the Max L and Z, the lutein and zeaxanthin, are critical components of the Ultimate Eye. And if you want extra, right? Basically, if you want to supercharge your eye regimen, the maximum lutein and zeaxanthin is an excellent product for you.
We give high levels of lutein and zeaxanthin in our Ultimate Eye, sufficient levels for any, say, normal individual. However, many doctors were recommending to many individuals that they want to take even higher levels of lutein and zeaxanthin. And for those folks, I thought it was more affordable, rather than saying take more capsules of the Ultimate Eye, it would be more affordable to create a focused product of lutein and zeaxanthin. So this is basically based upon sort of doctors' recommendations that you can now get extra lutein and zeaxanthin and do it most affordably, because each individual capsule of the Max L plus Z offers 12 milligrams of lutein, 12,000 micrograms of lutein, and 6,000 micrograms of zeaxanthin. So it is the highest potency lutein and zeaxanthin source, all in their perfect forms, and it's a single tiny capsule delivers those remarkable levels. So for many people, what they're now doing, they'll even take just one capsule of Ultimate Eye and then add a capsule of Max L plus Z, because it's giving them an additional 12,000 and 6,000, or 12 and 6 in terms of lutein and zeaxanthin. And those two ingredients, you can't overestimate their importance. They are the very definition of the macular region of your retina. That macular region is called the macula lutea because of lutein and zeaxanthin. It's those pigments that give the macula lutea its color and its name and protect it. They are the optical pigments that are critical for our vision and critical for the protection of our eyes. So whether it's Ultimate Eye or then concentrating lutein and zeaxanthin, there's nothing better you could do for the long term, for the current health, and for the long-term health of your eyes. Of course, eating lots of green leafy vegetables, it's the same. It's the concept behind these formulas. And a lot of those purple berries, again, the concept of this formula supports night vision.
And this color is the natural color. They're
so concentrated.
They look like candy.
Yeah,
they really do.
No, it's an amazing color, and one of those capsules were open, and you could just see we did that on purpose, so you could see the pigment there, and it's you have to turn it. So you could see there, it's that color. There's no coloring in the capsule other than lutein and zeaxanthin, which always reminds me when I see all those vitamin products with artificial colors. That's a beautiful color. You don't need artificial colors. A tiny bit of lutein and zeaxanthin will impart a beautiful color and at the same time health benefits. So why the heck do they use artificial colors? I just don't understand.
I don't know.
I've been scratching my head and talking about it since the day I started making vitamins. The first thing I decided was no additives and no artificial colors. I figured eventually they'd all jump on the bandwagon because it's objectively better, it's pure. Here we are 40 years later. I've been making vitamins for 40 years. The leading brands still contain artificial colors.
Isn't that crazy? I understand it for children. When you were little, did you take Flintstone vitamins?
I did not. When my mom actually, I think they were called Unicap, And it was one of those things when I was little, because I would take them and it would give me an upset stomach.
Oh.
So I always said, one day, I'm whatever,
crazy.
9 years old, I said, one day I'm going to make vitamins that won't upset my stomach.
Boom. And there you go.
Yep.
See, now, if you'd been taking the Flintstone vitamins,
No,
Fred, Wilma,
we
Bam
don't.
Bam.
We'll be making a children's vitamin drink.
Oh, good.
That contains no sugar, no artificial sweeteners, no colors or anything. So
Okay.
that's going to be coming.
We're going to keep going. I
Yes.
have a feeling you probably will never do gummy vitamins.
No, gummy vitamins are. For me, gummy vitamins are a scam.
jeez.
Why? Your typical gummy vitamin is 15 to 35 calories of sugar. Why? Why on whatever God's green earth would anyone, we use artificial sweeteners to avoid a packet of sugar. Why would we contemplate making our vitamins a sugar-based gummy that's full of additives and things like that? If I were to ever make gummies, what I would do is I'd make them out of collagen peptides and I'd use our natural stevia sweetener. So your gummy delivers health benefits and no sugar and no colors. I mean, it could probably be done to make a healthy gummy, but I haven't seen them on the market. They're all full of sugar and all sorts of things that I would never contemplate taking with my vitamins. There's an old rule in FDA, if we go back probably 4 or 5 decades, it used to be called the jelly bean rule. The jelly bean rule was that you simply couldn't put a little bit of nutrition, some vitamins and minerals in something that's a jelly bean, and suddenly that jelly bean becomes healthy. As far as I'm concerned, gummies violate the basics of the jelly bean rule. You're still getting a sugary treat. You're getting a candy. That gummy didn't become healthy just because some desirable nutrients were put in it. It's still as unhealthy as it would have been without it.
Okay, well, we have some yummy, healthy treats in front of us here today, and this is the most delicious oatmeal. Andrew and Muriel work on this together. Muriel Angot is a cordon bleu chef, and she's adorable, and you help create the most delicious recipes with Andrew's oatmeal. I mean, I don't have this recipe book yet, and I have to get this.
Yeah,
This is fabulous. Welcome, good to have you here.
Hey, thank you for having me today. And you know, Andrew and I were talking this morning, and we were saying, it's too bad people don't use the oatmeal and oat bran for more things in their kitchen. For example, it's not just oatmeal in the morning. Also, I saw that you were selling the collagen, and I put collagen and whey protein in my oatmeal in the morning for breakfast.
Why not?
Secure works really good.
Even we brought along, Muriel made some of her chicken meatballs before we left.
Yeah.
And she puts the oat bran in the chicken meatballs. So, and why I really wanted to talk about it, it's among my most perfectly reviewed products. And I think it's 4.8 stars or something like that. And for oatmeal or oat bran to be 4.8 stars is remarkable. First of all, because we don't mass produce it, it's going to be the freshest oatmeal or oat bran you get. Also, unlike most oat bran or oatmeal, almost all, it's both organic and gluten-free. Originally, we could find organic, but we couldn't find organic gluten-free. We literally had to have it made. So it's organic, it's gluten-free. Most oats are contaminated with gluten. So it's organic, it's gluten-free. It'll be the best tasting oats you've ever gotten home. But we add to each small serving, we add 2 servings of our Cholesterol, cholesterol-lowering ingredient. So if this just becomes something that you have a serving of every day, whether with breakfast, or you mix it with your yogurt, or use some of the incredible recipes Muriel's created, this takes the few percent. We all get excited because oatmeal or oat bran could lower our cholesterol a few percent, 3, 4, 5% perhaps. This oatmeal or oat bran, it's the most powerful cholesterol-lowering oatmeal or oat bran in the world, and you're talking about 10 to 20% or more. So not only is it the best tasting and the most flexible and versatile, but it also is the most powerful in terms of cholesterol reduction. And Muriel's cookbook, and that's why she's here, it makes it easy to use it in more than just oatmeal and oat bran.
Yeah, it's actually great. When you order the oatmeal or oat bran, you get my mini booklet and all my fabulous recipes just to show you that oatmeal and oat bran are way more than just a breakfast cereal, right? So I show you how to make little muffins, granola bar, but also, like Andrew mentioned, the meatballs are fabulous. We also have a wonderful
and it makes them moister.
Meatloaf with oatmeal.
Oh, the meatloaf is amazing, but the meatballs, because like turkey or chicken meatballs sometimes end up being too dense, but because of the added oatmeal or oat bran, and she uses oat bran even more for that, it just makes them a little bit more softer and fluffier and delicious. And meanwhile, you're eating something that contains a little meat, but it's actually helping to lower your total cholesterol, your LDL cholesterol, and to do it powerfully. So the cookbook really makes it easy to enhance the benefits of this powerful cholesterol-lowering tool. And it works perfectly with any cholesterol-lowering drug you're taking. You'll be astounded how it can transform your numbers.
You even have a faux fried chicken in here.
Oh, yeah.
The oat bran is wonderful with that because
It's
you can mix
amazing.
it. It's like a bread crumb, but it's an oat crumb.
Right.
And that works really wonderful with that recipe. It makes it really healthy, and to have something you absolutely love to eat, and so will your family as well, of course.
Yeah.
Love
You
it.
know.
So you choose the servings, 30, 60, 90, or 180, oatmeal or oat bran, and then the information for the book is on the screen as well. You definitely want that book with all these wonderful recipes.
With that 180 serving, you're getting 360 servings of Cholesterol. And I think 360 servings of Cholesterol is almost $100. I think it's something around like $79 or something like that. So if you just consider the cost of the Cholesterol that you're getting and the dramatically increase, this doesn't add cholesterol-lowering benefit, this multiplies the cholesterol-lowering benefit of oatmeal and oat bran. So a really great opportunity to make a profound difference while you're enjoying the world's best oatmeal and oat bran.
Okay, so the booklet is included. We also have your book available, and we'll get you an item number at the bottom of the screen for that. But these are beautiful recipes. I mean, I want to try these. They look absolutely delicious. And it's like you said, it just kind of takes oatmeal to another place, because it's yummy to have oatmeal in the morning, but you can eat oatmeal throughout the day in all of your different meals.
Absolutely, and it's incredibly nutritious as well.
And even if you're just having oatmeal and oat bran in the morning, you do that every morning with this product, and I will guarantee you will see, or just send it back, a significant difference in your total and LDL cholesterol, probably 10, 15, or as much as 20% difference.
That is so great. Well, this was fun.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Oh, and then we were going to mention a few other of my digestive products because they tie into this. Like oats and things like that, or legumes and other healthy foods, a lot of us avoid them because they can cause gas. They can be difficult to digest, the fructooligosaccharides or other compounds they contain. So we have a product called Bean and Veggie, another almost perfectly reviewed product that helps your body digest those offending molecules so they don't offend you or offend others. So that's our Bean and Veggie gas relief, whether it might be things like hummus or soybeans or peas or other legumes, lentils, or things like that that cause gas. So it's an opportunity to enjoy those healthy, fiber-rich and protein-rich foods. And then our dairy and lactose tolerance. That's a product a lot of us, dairy might be the only good source of calcium or protein in our diet, so we avoid it. Or say it might be something added to a food and it's going to cause discomfort. We provide the enzyme that naturally digests lactose. So our dairy and lactose tolerance, again, an almost perfectly reviewed product that gives you the freedom and flexibility to eat these things that might be nutritious or might otherwise cause problems.
Outstanding. Thank you all so much. I know we're going to continue on. Muriel, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cookbook looks wonderful. You're getting that booklet included, by the way, with your, it's called Muriel and Andrew's Outstanding Recipes.
Outstanding.
Yes.
That was my clever play on words. But Muriel will be back Monday.
It does have some good ideas once in a while.
Once in a while.
You know?
Thank you. Merci beaucoup. But Muriel will be back Monday evening, and she'll be doing olive oil and the sucrose, the sweetener, and I think she'll be doing some desserts or things like that. She'll be doing some cooking.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. And as long as we're talking about food and cooking, let's talk cinnamon, because we have the most wonderful, healthful cinnamon that is way beyond the cinnamon we're sprinkling in our coffee.
And we sprinkle this, Muriel sprinkles this on her little cappuccino, and we sprinkle this on our oatmeal and oat bran at home. Because it has the taste of cinnamon, but that's the only thing it has in common with the regular cinnamon, because this is also standardized for specific components that are involved in our blood sugar regulation. So cinnamon is the first natural ingredient that had sufficient science where I felt comfortable standing up here and talking about its ability to help support healthy blood sugar metabolism and healthy insulin metabolism, something that so many of us, as we're aging, if we might be overweight, might not be active enough, or just the genetics we inherited from our parents don't support healthy blood sugar or insulin metabolism, this is a natural tool that goes along with the other things our doctors might have us doing. Certainly our doctors are recommending we watch our diet, we watch our intake of carbohydrate and sugar. We might be taking certain medications like metformin or whatnot. But again, this is a product that doesn't conflict with that and only supports those same goals.
There we go. We have a 30, a 60, a 180, or a 360 count available for you today. I love this product. This is a really lovely product to take.
Well, we don't have any the pricing charts.
We don't have the pricing chart, but you can see kind of on the side of the screen here.
$20 on the large size, and I think you're saving a few dollars on the large size and probably around $5 or $7 on the 120 cap.
Exactly.
So big savings on all the sizes, and it smells like cinnamon, it tastes like cinnamon, but it behaves like supercharged cinnamon in your body, because that's what it really is.
That's what it is. I mean, that's the beauty of it is, again, it's this ancient spice that's been around forever, and it has so many incredible health benefits, but when it's standardized like this, again, Andrew's bringing us the world's finest cinnamon supplement product, and that's why you get even more benefits than you would if you're just using the regular cinnamon on your toast or in your coffee.
There are flavones in cinnamon. There are the type A polymers. That's the standardized ingredient that's associated with the benefits we seek. So you need to have a standardized extract that's not just cinnamon spice, kind of like curcumin, we'll talk about in a moment, turmeric. Standard turmeric spice is about 1% curcuminoids. Our extract is 95% curcuminoids. So yes, they both come from the same source, turmeric root. This comes from cinnamon bark. But when you standardize it for use in a supplement, you generally multiply the beneficial ingredients by 50 to 100 times in the same quantity. So a big difference.
Indeed. And if, again, I know I'm a broken record, I apologize, but it's been a very busy show. So if you can use express ordering, that will definitely be the quickest way to get through. Stock up on your cinnamon today. These are special weekend special prices. So just for this weekend, and this is really a one-day visit. Andrew is not back now until next month. So normally when he's here, it's 2 weekends in a row. So just to give you a heads up on that. This is extra savings because it's during a visit. Anytime Andrew's here, the savings are better. The flex pays are there. The free shipping and handling is always available to you. So it's a really great time to stock up on your favorite products. If you'd like to try the cinnamon, naturally rich and powerful antioxidants, it's something that's going to support healthy insulin response, supports healthy glucose metabolism, helps support healthy lipid metabolism, helps support normal blood sugar levels already in the normal range, help support normal cholesterol levels, may support healthy body composition. It's amazing that all of that is on my card. You know, it's remarkable, the health benefits of taking this product.
Well, what we find is these botanicals, and we'll talk about in a moment, I think we should probably mention turmeric, and we'll probably mention berberine in a moment too. But these botanicals, they have powerful benefits that have now been recognized. You can go to the National Institute of Health website where there's all the serious scientific research. You type in cinnamon and then it autofills with all the potential science and research and benefits. The same with turmeric, the same with berberine. So these ingredients, when properly delivered, offer a long list of potential health benefits. And cinnamon, it took a while for the science to really roll in, and I'm someone who I will not make a product until the science has been validated. You see lots of ingredients that are out there in the marketplace, some of which I would never contemplate offering because the science just isn't sufficient. And if I'm going to stand up here, the science is sufficient, and then the product is going to emulate, it's going to copy the science. Again, as I said, it seems basic. It seems like science 101, that if the science is exciting and compelling and consistent, that my product better be consistent with that science, or I can't talk about that science. So that is why the standardization of the cinnamon extract is exactly as it is, because that's what the science dictates.
Excellent. All right, let's talk for a moment about berberine. This is a product that we don't always give airtime to, so it's kind of nice to get a quick mention about this one.
And berberine, I look at berberine as being related to cinnamon because we can talk about the same blood sugar support benefits and insulin metabolism support benefits with berberine. We could also talk about the lipid the supportive benefits of berberine. And systemically, berberine is just a remarkable molecule. It's in a very large size because you take, for the blood sugar benefits and the lipid benefits, you're going to be, those supportive benefits, you're going to be taking at least a couple of capsules per meal. So you're going to take approximately 6 capsules daily. That's why it's such a large size. It also has to be perfectly or ideally standardized to take advantage of the research. But the more you learn about berberine, it should be almost as exciting as turmeric, which we'll talk about in a moment. And so berberine is just an exceptional. I encourage you to do some research on that. And then turmeric extract, I've talked about it earlier because it's great for soothing our joints. We also will take it for other benefits in terms of our lipid levels. We'll take it for supportive benefits for our brain, detoxifying benefits for our liver. The list is endless. And again, the key with turmeric is, first of all, it needs to be standardized to deliver curcuminoids. We're at 95% curcuminoids. But then that's not enough. You also have to make sure it's going to be all available to your body, meaning that it can be absorbed. The curcuminoids in turmeric are inherently not well absorbed unless you do one of two things. Complex them with fat, which is what we do. We complex them with phosphatidylcholine, the principal fat in our liver, in our brain, those phospholipids that are critical for the structure of our liver and our brain. The other thing you could do with turmeric is you could add black pepper spice, piperine. Unfortunately, as far as I'm concerned, piperine, black pepper spice, can be irritating to our digestive system. Also, it can affect the absorption of drugs. I don't want to offer a product that I have to warn you about the absorption of drugs. So the only way, in my mind, to enhance the benefits of turmeric is using the phosphatidylcholine, using that important beneficial fat.
There we go. So there you have it.
Those are all
weekend specials for you. You can do cinnamon, you can do berberine, or you can do turmeric. They are all here at that special extra weekend savings. Okay, so we're scooting right along. Is it time to talk about our star of the day? I think it is.
Yes.
Okay, and if you were not here last hour, you maybe have not had a chance to learn about this today's special. It has been hugely popular. More than 25,000 have already been spoken for. It's a one time a year that we get to do this. Best value ever on Andrew's collagen products, the marine collagen or the free range collagen. Free range has not ever been offered as a today's special. This is a first. We don't normally carry this size. It's 360 servings. So, the vast majority of people are getting the largest size. The marine collagen, last we checked, there are only about 1,000 or so of those left in the 360 size. So marine collagen or free range collagen, virtually the same health benefits in both of these products, but the pricing you will see is quite significantly different. So we're going to walk you through that. Right now we have the card up for the marine collagen. Again, you do 360, 180, 90, or 30 servings. Here is the everyday pricing. These are not inexpensive ingredients. Marine collagen, and especially when Andrew talks about using the world's finest marine collagen, this product would be $429 if you were doing 360
plus ours
servings.
is a large serving. Remember, ours is a 5-gram serving. A lot of products are half a gram, 1 gram, 2 grams. That's 5-gram serving. So you have to also appreciate that.
Okay, so that's the bottom line on the marine collagen. It's $199.90 for the 360 size, right? $199.90. Now I'm trying to find my cards here. Sorry, I had these organized differently before, and now I can't find my right card because I know it's in here somewhere. But the free range, now let me show you the difference. So there's the marine collagen, there's the sizes, here comes the free range. Same sizes, $99 versus $199. $99 for 360 versus $199 for 360. Now here's the story. A lot of us are taking our marine collagen. We adore this product and we know we're saving $230, so we're ordering this. However, a lot of us are saying, you know what? If it's the same benefits and I can get 360 servings home for $99, I'm gonna try that. You can order both if you'd like to. Order just the free range for the first time if you'd like to, but this is the best value ever on this product, and the first time you've ever done free range as a today's special, which is very exciting.
Well, the free range, it's something when we introduced our marine collagen more than a decade ago. We've been doing it far longer than others. When we first introduced it, I wanted to do a free range grass-fed collagen, but unfortunately, they tasted terrible. They weren't soluble, so it would be an unpleasant product. In fact, when I introduced my marine collagen back then, over a decade ago, it had a bit of a fishy taste. which was 100 times better than the free range at that time. So that's something that we've improved. Our marine collagen, it has no taste now, and it's super soluble. And our free range is just the same. So in fact, our free range is the result of the same technology, the same company that makes our marine collagen actually makes our grass-fed free-range collagen peptides as well. And as Colleen said, they're basically indistinguishable in terms of their molecular properties. A lot of folks tend to lean toward the marine collagen for skin benefits, beauty benefits, the anti-wrinkling benefits. But that's, I think, just a byproduct of where the science has been. But there's science in both the skin and the joints for both materials. So you're not shortchanging yourself with either material. Some folks, they just look at the marine collagen peptides as being like as they'd say, sort of the Rolls Royce of collagen peptides. And a free range, and certainly the quality of our free range now, where its taste profile, its solubility. Here, I have a scoop in each of these glasses. On the left, I believe was the marine. On the right is the free range. And as you could see, it basically, if I didn't stir those, the solutions would become clear. And I'll just stir them for 1 second.
And the nice part too, they're tasteless. You don't taste anything. So you can put it in coffee, you can put it in a beverage, you can put it in a smoothie, or I just drink mine now with water.
And most of the marine collagen peptides on the market, they require flavors, sweeteners, additives, or it's a small serving size, or they're diluted with other things. Ours is 100% pure. The only thing we add is, say in a 360 size, you're getting this. In a 360, you're getting 360 capsules of MSM, the equivalent.
Yep.
So you're getting a product, and I think this is about a $70 value on its own. A year's supply of MSM, you're getting it in the large size. So that's the only thing we add, whereas everyone else is adding God knows what.
Yeah, look at, I mean, that's a $70 product that you are getting for free in this choice, if you're making this choice today. Obviously, this is the chart if you were ordering the 360 of the marine collagen, but that is a $70 value in the 360 size. So for example, if you do the free range for $99, it's literally, you're getting an $80 product in here, or a $70 product in here. So for $30, you're getting 360 days worth of the world's finest free-range collagen.
And the savings are proportionate. Look on that one, even on the 180 at $64.90, you're saving $84.80. At $39.90, you're saving $46. You're saving more than you're spending on the free range. So whatever you choose. And they are, and the most important thing to remember with collagen peptides, again, we've been doing this for more than a decade. In the last 2 or 3 years, it's just caught fire. It's just become collagen and collagen peptides. Topically, they really can't deliver any benefit at all, maybe some moisturizing benefit, but if the only way you're changing the structure of your collagen inside your body is delivering them inside your body. That is the only way to do it. You have to be delivering it orally. But unfortunately, with the craziness in the market, because everyone's gotten so excited, there was a worldwide shortage. I skipped a year on my Today Special because there was such a worldwide shortage that we couldn't get the quantity and the quality that I wanted, so I refused to sell the product. I just made it go away. That unless I'm offering the best collagen peptides in the world, I will not offer it. That's why for 15 years, you've been waiting for a free-range version because there wasn't one of adequate quality that I could offer with confidence. So our marine collagen peptides, our grass-fed free-range collagen peptides are the best quality in the world in terms of solubility, which you can look at these 2 glasses there. They're fully mixed, so in terms of solubility, in terms of taste, virtually no taste at all, and most importantly, in terms of benefit. Because most collagen that you will get will not be properly hydrolyzed, meaning it will not be in its proper molecular size to be absorbable and deliver the benefit. Because what's remarkable about this product is it takes an ingredient, collagen, which should not be absorbable, should not be beneficial, shouldn't be anything. It just should go through your body just like fiber. It's the animal equivalent of fiber, collagen. But if it's properly processed into molecular units that are not too small such that they don't get recognized as collagen. They're just individual amino acids, but not too large where they can't be absorbed. If they're just right, what would that be? The Goldilocks molecular size? So if they're that Goldilocks molecular size, your body not only can absorb them and they can be the raw material to produce new, fresh, youthful collagen, but it plays an even more important role. It plays a signaling role that sort of jump starts that metabolism, that collagen synthesis, that as we get older, the wrinkling of our skin, the gradual changes that we notice in our joints and other tissues in our body. Collagen is the structure. Collagen peptides, we really don't talk about it. In terms of our bones, what's the principal structural molecule of our bones? Not calcium, collagen protein. So again, and we have research that talks about the integration of these molecules into the collagen in our bones, and that it delivers positive benefits in terms of the strength and health of our bones. So whatever the list of key systems in your body you might look at, because collagen is so critical to those systems, you will observe benefits from ingredients like this, but they have to be properly delivered. And not only do we deliver them in a form that will be pleasant to take, but they're in their perfect molecular size and form. The company that makes our materials here has been at the very forefront of the research for decades. There's a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon today, but I prefer to go with the proven, established, validated material, and that's what you get on both fronts.
And the best part too, if you happen to have joint issues, you start taking this, you're gonna notice the difference. And then the side amazing benefits are the beauty benefits for better skin, better hair, better nails. It's amazing for your joints. It's impressive for your bones. I mean, there's so many incredible health benefits and beauty benefits combined in that one little scoop. One a day, you drink it with water, and you will fall in love with this product. People adore this product. And again, to Andrew's point, there's other choices out there. This is the world's finest. This is the world's finest. There are other manufacturers of collagen out there. Andrew's going directly to the very best source, and that's why, and then on top of that, Andrew's delivering it to us properly. Because it's one thing to get the world's finest collagen, you have to handle this material in a way that's going to benefit us.
Otherwise,
that's the key.
Collagen is something that it's the gristle when we're eating a steak. It's the, that cartilage, that gristly stuff at the end of the bones in chicken. It can't be absorbed. It needs to be broken down into units, but not too broken down, or then it just becomes amino acid soup. So it needs to be something that your body recognizes as collagen, but it can also absorb. And again, I take this. I only want to take, of any ingredient, I only want to take the best form of that ingredient. And it's simply doing the research and doing the homework. And we've been, again, doing collagen for far longer than most anyone else. So, I mean, this is my right hand is the free range. On my left hand is the marine collagen. And again, I didn't mix this in a lot of water. That's probably, what, about 3-4 ounces of water, and virtually no taste. It just makes the water taste a little flat.
Yeah, exactly. That's why people put it in coffee. You can put it in a beverage, and it does not change the flavor of your beverage at all, which is great. By the way, if you're thinking about doing this, the largest ones are by far the bestseller, and the marine collagen, there's only a few more than 1,000 left here.
We've already added in on marine collagen. We've already added in quantity. We leave quantity at our factory. We're prepared. We try to estimate demand. And then what we do is keep some powder that we haven't bottled, so we could bottle based upon what happens in the afternoon. So the afternoon meaning right now. So we've already had to designate some of that powder.
Kidding.
So we will, the marine collagen will run out before midnight tonight. The free range, we're looking pretty good on that. But again, we expected it to be 2-to-1 collagen peptides, the free range over marine.
And it's really like 60-40.
It's running pretty close.
So I will say this, I have always been taking marine collagen, but at half the price, $99 for this. This is the biggest collagen bargain in the history of collagen, because this is a whole year's supply. It's free shipping and handling. It's $25 on FlexPay. You get the same benefits. So try it. If you haven't tried it, this is your time to try it. And of course, if you love your marine collagen, people who love it are willing to pay a little more for it, and it's just more expensive to buy. It's as simple as that. But the free range, you get all the same benefits, still doesn't, it doesn't taste, so you don't get any taste with it. I personally am gonna go here, because why not? I mean, it's $25 on FlexPay. This weighs what? This weighs a lot. It weighs over 4 pounds.
It weighs 4.5 pounds, so I don't know.
And it's free to
probably
ship it.
costs $10, $15 to ship something
Easy.
across the country that weighs
Right.
4.5 pounds. So it's just a great opportunity to enjoy the benefits of an ingredient that, unfortunately, unless it's really delivered perfectly and properly, it's going to be a waste of money. And when I look at the ingredients, the products on the market, I know that they have to be buying compromised ingredients, or they could not be offering it the price they're offering it. So again, I prefer to go with the certified, the validated, the proven materials. And that's what we do with everything we make. And when it comes to collagen peptides, it's something that we learned the hard way. So when we started doing our assays, before we started testing all the materials, before we ever started making a product, we learned that there was a dramatic difference between products going back, this is a couple of decades ago. And everything we make, and that's another thing, we're not, most vitamins you see are made by a contract manufacturer for the company that sells it. We make everything ourselves. We take it very personally. Every ingredient that goes into one of my products, I don't care how much we trust the supplier of that ingredient, we test it. We test it before we use it, we test it while we're using it, we test it after we're finished using it. So that's the only way to make a product. Because again, it's, what do I say? I trust anyone we do business with, I trust, but I still verify. So that's why you can trust us, that we take everything we do so seriously, the responsibility that we're making something that you're going to put in your body with an expectation that it delivers based upon the science. I best make sure that that product is consistent with the science, and that's exactly what we do.
That's exactly it. You're getting the very best. That's what is exceptional about shopping here for Andrew Lessman products, is that you are buying the world's finest. I'm so excited because we are very busy. That means a lot of people are, A, going to try something wonderful and healthy and new for themselves, and a lot of you are restocking because we don't carry this size normally, the 360. This is a one and done. At midnight tonight, this entire offer will be expiring. You get to literally try this for $25 or the marine collagen for $40 on your credit card. First Flex Pay, we send these home to you. Try them and see. If you have a minute to go read the reviews, people are in love with this product. People adore taking this. They're noticing such a difference when it comes to their joint health. You start there, and then all the wonderful beauty benefits involved. Bone health, as Andrew said, the protein, this is a third of the proteins in our body is collagen, and there's no other way to get it. There's no other way to get it. You think about all those beauty creams, and the buzzword is collagen, because we all understand the importance of collagen production for having beautiful, smooth, healthier looking skin. I remember when we first talked about this, and they talked about the appearance of cellulite would be diminished. It's like, okay, sign me up right there. But the point is, a beauty cream cannot provide what this will provide. You can't topically put collagen on your skin and expect to get the same kind of results and benefits you're going to get by giving your body what it needs. As Andrew said, food is information. When you put food in, your body responds accordingly. You give your body these ingredients, and you said, what did you say? You said it wakes up that collagen producing mechanism.
Most folks and most companies talk about, okay, if you deliver collagen peptides properly, which most of them do not, but if you do, they think, oh, it's just a raw material source. Well, your body generally can have the raw materials if it really needed to. It could find the amino acids and things to make collagen peptides. But the real role a properly delivered collagen peptide product does, it plays this signaling role, this communication role, this role where it stimulates collagen synthesis. That's what really works. Just delivering the raw materials that's sort of half the story. But what really makes the profound difference when you observe it in your joints and your skin and in the science and research, and actually the science and research, I'm not making up the signaling role. The science and the research talk about the signaling role. I'll probably find a quote from some studies that specifically talk about that signaling role. So it's more than raw material supply. It's a raw material supply that's coupled with a message to your body that, okay, get on about this serious work. You've got these raw materials in their perfect form delivered to you, so get busy. So that's the stimulatory role, the signaling role I was talking about, and that's the benefits that you get to experience with a properly delivered collagen peptide product, which that's exactly what these two are, which I can only say that because we're getting it from a company that has as much experience as I have in collagen peptides. They have twice the experience. They've been doing it since I was a kid, pretty much. So it's an opportunity for you to enjoy the benefits that comes with us seeking out the finest material in the world and then delivering it pure and then adding MSM so you get the greatest benefits from any collagen peptide product.
Yep. If you're just stopping in, this is the today's special. It's a one-time only special to show you what the choices are one more time, because there are two different types of collagen, the marine or the free range. The marine collagen, they're both available in the same amounts, 30, 90, 180, or 360 servings. Here's where the pricing goes at midnight tonight. This is what the regular pricing would be. Today, look at your savings. $229, $109, $56, $21, big savings across the board. So for $200, you get a full year supply, plus this is on FlexPay. $40 gets a large one home on FlexPay. Reminding you, it has MSM in the formula. That's a $70 value. $69.90 is part of this formula. You could take that right off your final price.
And even on the 180s, the MSM is a $39 value.
Yeah.
So on a 180 of the, say, the free range, which is $64.90, $39 of that is basically the MSM. So it's just a great opportunity to enjoy the benefits of MSM, which is a popular product of ours.
Here's why a lot of us are going to try the free range today. It's never been a today's special, but here's why we're going to try it. Because you get the same amount of servings, you get the same benefits, and it's $99 instead of $199. Now, again, still 40% of the clicker, 40% of the 26,000 are people that are buying marine collagen. So people love it and they're willing to pay more for it. But Andrew wanted to give us an affordable alternative that still provides all of the great health benefits. So for $99 to get a year's supply, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I really want to try that. I might get both, but I'm definitely going to try the free range today because I think that is a huge offer.
I divided between the two, and if you're wondering why I didn't do free range previously, I mentioned that. Yeah, there was free range grass-fed collagen out there, but it was horribly soluble. It was like putting sawdust into a glass or your smoothie, and it tasted terrible. It tasted like it was just rotten. It just tasted horrible. So now, and this is the only reason, and I was extremely excited when we introduced it a few months ago, that it took us 15 years to make our marine collagen have absolutely no fishy taste whatsoever. It took just as long to introduce the free-range grass-fed that also has zero taste. And also, as you can see here, I've drank half of them, but you could see there's absolutely no, you don't know how unique that is to have a collagen peptide product that I put in just a few ounces of water.
It's just
probably
clear.
3-4 ounces of water. And it's clear. It looks like clear water. But that is the remarkable nature of these collagen peptides, that they are soluble like that, which shows how absorbable they are in your digestive system, which has been validated in the science, where they've shown that they're incorporated into your skin, into your joints, into the collagen that's required for the strength of your bones. Collagen is 1/3 of the protein in your body. So whether it's your arteries or veins, coronary arteries, your aorta, whether it's your heart or your liver, whether it's the integration of all your organs, whether it's your joints, your muscle tissue, whether it's your skin and your wrinkling and the appearance of cellulite, the appearance of wrinkles, they all tie directly back to collagen as the vital structural integrating molecule. So it's not surprising that if you could deliver collagen, you get these benefits. The problem always has been, how do you make collagen deliverable? And unfortunately, most products don't follow the science. These two products actually are the foundation of the science. They started doing it decades ago and showed everyone else how to do it.
And again, for those of you that are just stopping by, express ordering would be the order of the day here. It's been a busy show. Almost 26,000 of these have now been spoken for. We're thrilled because it's a chance for all of us to get a product that you can't buy anywhere else like this. This is a one-day only offer. You hear about Andrew's dedication to quality, and that's key. There is a less expensive way to do this. but then you're not going to get the benefits. And so that's the
why
whole,
bother?
right, then why bother? So a lot of us are willing to pay a little more for our health. And if you're going to take the time every single day of your life to take a collagen product, we want to know that it's being delivered properly and you're taking the very best. And that's what's happening today. And I think it was only about 6 months ago that you first brought us the free range, right?
Yep.
This is very new. This is a whole new exciting sort of breakthrough in collagen.
And that's why we didn't even know the ratio of when normally we have some history to figure out what we should produce for today's special. So we didn't even have that history because the free range is so new. But again, when it comes to these ingredients, most companies now are taking shortcuts because these are expensive materials. And also remember, when you compare price, that our serving size is 5 grams per serving.
Yeah.
And it's 5 grams not with other additives or fillers or flavors or sweeteners or other things you don't want. It's just 5 grams of the purest and the finest marine collagen peptides or 5 grams of the purest and finest free-range collagen, grass-fed collagen peptides. And again, we add to each one of those 5-gram servings, we add a full 500 milligrams, another ½ gram of MSM. So there's nothing like this product. I'm just going to read some charts here quickly. Don't have time to do some reviews. We'll do that in our last airing this evening at 9 p.m.
Okay.
But collagen cannot be externally applied and topically absorbed. That is an absolute statement. You cannot apply collagen topically and have it be topically absorbed. It just doesn't work. It's too large a molecule. You cannot affect your collagen in your body by slathering on your skin, no matter how much you put on. Yet it is a popular ingredient in beauty and skincare products just because people know it's a buzzword. Despite its inability to penetrate the skin, its popularity in topical products stems from its central role in skin structure and resilience, its principal role in skin structure and resilience. Our unique collagen peptides can be consumed orally, and its peptides are well absorbed and well delivered, proven to be delivered to the skin. Collagen peptides have been observed to reduce skin wrinkling and help promote a reduction in eye wrinkle volume.
Wow.
Abundant research. Collagen peptides help promote healing and repair of damaged skin tissues. I always say it's a great thing if you have sunburn or things like that, it's always great to give your body what it needs to naturally heal itself. Collagen peptides contribute to improved hydration and skin moisture retention. We've read that over and over again in the reviews.
Yep.
Collagen peptides' essential structural role promotes smooth, firm, hydrated skin, as well as healthy hair and nail growth. Collagen peptides support skin firmness and the maintenance of skin moisture and increased resiliency. Collagen peptides promote the ongoing synthesis of collagen fiber as part of the skin's natural healing and repair process. It actually stimulates that process. Oh, we didn't talk about this at all today. Cellulite is the irregular appearance of dimpling generally over an area of fatty tissue. We might notice it in our legs because especially in women, the skin tends to be thinner, so there's less of a thick collagen layer between the skin and the fat.
I see.
Men, we have a thicker collagen layer, so our collagen layer hides the fat. So cellulite-prone skin lacks the structural integrity to resist the irregular texture of the fatty tissue beneath it. So to the extent you have better organized, healthier collagen layers, you can hide the fat.
Smoother.
Yeah, smoother skin. Cellulite-prone skin's lack of structural integrity is characterized by altered collagen fibers that are unevenly or thinly distributed. The appearance of cellulite stems from the unevenness and lack of integrity of the skin's collagen matrix. Collagen peptides have been observed to exert a positive stimulatory effect on the skin's collagen matrix. The effect on the collagen matrix helps to visibly restore the structure of cellulite-prone skin. Collagen protein's integrating structure is vital for healthy joint structure and provides soothing benefits to aging joints. I've read countless reviews talking about that and the skin today. Supports healthy joints by promoting healthy articular cartilage. Collagen protein is an integral structural component of bone and is essential for bone health, strength, flexibility, and density throughout life. Calcium is not the key ingredient in bone structure. Collagen is. So you really need to think about collagen while you're thinking about, say, calcium and vitamin D. You can't think about those without first considering the collagen integrating role that it plays in the structure of bone.
It's remarkable. And if you have a minute, go read those reviews. People absolutely rave about this product. The results they're seeing, how much better they feel. The beauty benefits are marvelous. I mean, they really are. The beauty benefits are real and they are there. However, it's the health benefits that make a world of difference. People every single day are noticing if you have any joint issues, if there's a family member that has joint issues, this is a must. People are noticing they can be more active again. They're playing tennis, they're playing their golf game again. They're able to chase after their children, their grandchildren better because they feel better, their joints feel better. And that's the key. This is joint health, it's bone health, and it's the most remarkable beauty product for your hair, your skin, and your nails. You get all of that wrapped up into one great product. All you have to do is call us or log on to hsn.com. This is the final home stretch for this hour. Andrew will be back tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time, but this is a chance for you to see for yourself the difference a product like this can make. And there's a lot of other, I mean, Andrew was doing this before it was cool to do it. And then everybody, as you said, kind of jumps on the bandwagon. You get a lot of copycats out there, but it's not the same. And if you find a collagen product that is way, way less expensive than this, there's a very good chance it's not the collagen that's going to get you the kind of results that the research talks about and provides. And that's why Andrew goes to the very finest source. I love that the collagen, the marine collagen, by the way, fewer than 1,000 of that big one, the marine collagen resource manufacturer also does your free-range collagen.
Well, we've been struggling to find a free-range, a grass-fed free-range source, as I said, for more than a decade. Our marine collagen source, we go to the finest maker, and the finest maker, without question, without a doubt, is a company from Japan. And as I said, it's not a surprise, because imagine how difficult it is to take marine collagen and deliver it in the proper molecular size so it can be absorbed, but to do that so it's, well, I drank it all. So it's super, well, you can still see the free range. So it's super soluble, an ingredient that otherwise is defined by its being insoluble. That's gristle. Gristle's insoluble. So imagine how difficult it is to take marine collagen from a fish source, basically using fish, because fish skin shares the same collagen makeup as our skin. It's just a remarkable, what you want to call it, coincidence in terms of the design of those tissues. So imagine how difficult it is to make that have no taste, super soluble. It would seem to be even easier than doing that for a free-range grass-fed material. So they were the folks that figured out how to finally make a free-range grass-fed material that I thought was not just acceptable, but was incredible. So now this is the free-range grass-fed. And again, I just put it in a few ounces of water, less than you'd put it in a cup of coffee. And you could read hundreds of reviews that say they put it in a cup of coffee or tea.
I'm being told that people on Facebook are asking, it's the first question I asked Andrew when I saw you today before we came on the air together. People are asking the question, what is the difference? Like, why
Source.
one over the other?
Source. The only difference is source. One is free-range grass-fed bovine material. The other is marine material from fish. So the only difference is source. When you break it down on a molecular level and look at the amino acid composition, they're virtually identical. When you look at the clinical science and the research on the two, both of them share benefits for your skin in terms of the science. Both of them share benefits for your joints or for your bones. So again, what I say is perhaps people look at the marine collagen peptides as being, that is the Rolls Royce of collagen peptides. But I'd be hard-pressed to identify any reason why the free-range material at half the price isn't just as good. So really, if it's more economical, obviously, it's half the price to get the free-range grass-fed. But you're not sacrificing benefits in either material. And I think a lot of the research, I think the folks who are focusing on the research and the science, they were doing a little bit more research on beauty and skin with marine, and a little more research on, say, bones and joints with the free-range grass-fed, even though there's research in skin and bone on both. So skin and bone and joints on both. So again, you have your choice. Neither one of them has taste. Each one of them, as I showed before, is super soluble. So you will not be disappointed in either one. They're both going to be performing impeccably. But if you've already fallen in love with the marine, or you just want the finest of the finest in terms of all its characteristics, that's marine. But again, if you ask me to criticize something different about the free-range grass-fed versus the marine, I couldn't come up with a criticism, and it's half the price.
There you go. So I hope that helps answer your question. I think it's really wonderful you did it. Andrew found an affordable alternative because marine collagen prices.
Took a couple decades.
Right, but you did it because marine collagen prices have just gone up. I mean, that's just
Right.
the bottom line. It is more expensive. It's become more expensive.
Over the time, we've been offering marine collagen, which is a very long time. The price of marine collagen has tripled. Tripled.
Wow.
I have not tripled my price. I haven't come close to that. So again, it's something that I'm hoping prices normalize. The free-range collagen has gone up crazy as well, but it's an opportunity to save, especially when you consider the added value of MSM and the fact that we follow the science, that we've gone to the world's greatest manufacturer upon which the science followed and was based. So it's an opportunity to be certain you're getting the benefit. As long as you're investing, you should get the benefit.
There we go. Okay, I know Andrew's going to be back tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern
Right.
time, with the final 2 hours of the visit. That's it.
Yes.
You're not back then until next month, so I'll
Not
get to
back
see you
till
next
October,
month.
the middle of October. Yep.
Fantastic. So keep ordering the Today Special. Don't forget to place those orders and take advantage of the huge savings that we're offering. Alice is standing by. She's coming up next. She has Problem Solvers. I'm going to see you tomorrow night at midnight Eastern time in the Designer Gallery with Robert Manspali Designs and a gorgeous Today Special. I'm very excited about that. So I'll see you tomorrow night at midnight. Stay right there for Alice. Andrew, always a pleasure.
Oh,
Thank you
same
so
Colin.
much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll
Very
be
fun.
watching tonight.
Yep.
Stay